Hello and welcome everyone to my Java development with Spring Boot tutorial, Part 7, JPA one-to-many mapping. What is one-to-many relationship? Suppose that each player can own many cars and each car can only owned by one player. So the player and the cars are one-to-many relationship. Let us start by creating the car entity. We annotated entity. Specify table name equal car. We need to specify the ID column. We want it to be auto-generated. Identity. Let's say that this car entity is also symbol. It has a model and color. Let us generate the getter and setter for it. We are ready to do the mapping. We annotate with many to one and join column name equal player ID nullable equal false. In this join column annotation, we are asking JPA to generate a foreign key named player ID in the car table, mapping to the player table's primary key. The car entity is the owner of the mapping because it has the join column annotation. Also, it is recommended that the entity on the many to one side owns the mapping. Remember this player property, it will be referred to in the player entity while we do the one-to-many mapping. Let us do the one-to-many mapping here. On this side, it's very easy. All we have to do is specify modify that player property name. And because it is one-to-many mapping, we have a list here, either a list or a set. We should also specify cascade tag. These are So it will cascade all operations like create, delete, and so on. We also need to create the getter and setter for that cars property. And in the car entity, we also need to create a getter and setter for the player property. Since we have a new car entity, if we restart the app, it will complain about foreign key constraint on the car entity because it is trying to drop all the tables, including the car table, and we don't have the car table yet. So that exception is a good one. So we don't have to worry about that. It will be successful anyway. Let's do that now. It started successfully. And we check, we should see exception. Drop foreign key on the car. But that's okay. So the next time if we restart the app, it will not complain that exception anymore. So we can go to the database and check for the table creation. Now we have car table there, layer and profile all there. Describe car. You see that we have all column. This player ID is the one that we asked JPA to create. That column, a foreign key column, mapped to the primary key column in the player table. And we specified that no level equal false, so we have no here. Let us revisit the user service info save player method. This method needs to be updated, but let's see what is going on if we don't update it. And we go to the postman and modify the save player request to also include the car's property information. And we are now ready to send. We have an exception. Let's take a look at the exception. Here we go. This is the exception. It's complaint about not no property reference is a null or transient value called the player. So let me tell you why. Because in the car entity, we specify that the player object not null, nullable equal false. But in the user service info, the save player method, we did not set the player information for the car yet. Here is how we fix this issue. For each car object in the player, we need to set the player for that car. And now it should work. Let us restart the server and test out. Oh, we need to stop all the services before we start. This one. Now, we restart. It is successful. Started. Okay, now we receive the save player request again. Send. So this time we have true that okay, it is successful. We can check the database table. Now, show table. We have 3 tables still. And we check select from player. We have 1 player. Profile. We should have 1 profile, which is correct. Car. We expect 2 cars in here. That is correct also. Let us also delete the player to see if it will cascade deletion correctly. Let's open the Postman again. Go to delete request. And the ID is 1. Send. Successful. Now we go to the database and check. Let's show table. Okay, let's check player table. Nothing. That's a good thing. Also from profile. Nothing. Also a good thing. From car. It should be empty also. Oh, empty. So it's cascade delete correctly. Now let's see if we issue the save player 2 times. What do we see? 1 time, 2 times, and go to the table. We see select start from player. We see 2 players, correct. So previously we deleted 1 player, the ID was 1, right? So this time it will auto-generate with the next ID of 2 and 3. And now if we check the profile, we should have profile ID also 2 and 3. That's correct. We have 2 profiles associated to 2 players. And also car, we should have 4 cars in there. That is correct. So start from 3, 4, 5, 6 IDs. End of part 7. I hope that you found my video helpful and come back for other parts of the tutorial. Thank you very much and bye bye.